Welcome to year 2 of the Maze Millionaire Challenge. The big upgrade we got in year 1 is sitting right in front of me, the 9420R John Deere. Got a nice little grain trailer here, as well as a harvester somewhere with an upgraded corn header. Let's take a look at the map so you can go over what happened in the first year. We started with 88 and 89. You can see they're really close to being harvested. It's going to be September when we're able to harvest. Same with 54, 49, and 47. We talked last year about getting these in a good cadence where we're going to harvest all of 89 and 88, turn it over. We're going to go to the next month and do probably 47, 49, turn it over. Go to the next month, do 54. Potentially have enough money to buy a few more plots of land when we get to 47 or 54, depending on which view you're looking at. Yeah, and keeping an eye on the sales as we go. So let's do that first. There is this disc cultivator, 54% off. So that would allow us to focus on leasing something that is not a direct drill. But the thing I was thinking would be good to focus on would be getting a planter. Ideally is a direct drill and does fertilizer. Do we have that base game? This one is a direct drill, does one. This one does both and is a direct drill. So this one, we don't have enough money to see what the leasing cost would be. Let's see if we have enough money in our loans to see that. We could just pay it back. But we'll max this back out to 100,000. We don't want to be tempted by going beyond it just to test things out, but let's see. Here we click on lease, $12,000. Okay, so let's go back and pay that off before we skip time. We will repay as much as we can. Back to 40,000 in debt and nothing really to do. So let's go ahead and hop to August 2, see what the used market's looking like and go from there. And while this is loading, a reminder, 20 million is the goal. We have 9 more years to do that in. Confidence level's pretty low at this point, but we'll see after this year. I think we'll get a good idea how that confidence level's looking. Let's go look at the used equipment now. Still nothing helpful. Okay, let's make it August day 3. And yeah, nothing helpful. September, here we come. And ready to harvest across the board. Let's look at the used market. Still nothing helpful. Let's go ahead and get this all prepped. Get the time rolling now. So if we do this right, we could harvest this month or this day of the month and then flip the field over the next few days. And a direct drill is the choice or the want here. And we should be able to pull that off with this tractor, I believe. So we will get this, gosh, I don't know where a good spot's gonna be. We got that new corn header. I'm not sure if we're even gonna be able to do a pass without filling up now that it's wider. So we'll go right there. Go ahead and shut it off, save some fuel, unfold this. And let's go to the top, actually. Fold it back up. We're gonna go to the top. We wanna make sure that we're on the auger side when it's, because we do have crop destruction on, so we can't even cheese it by driving through the crops to unload. We want to prevent that. So let's get this harvest going. And neighbors don't mind we're driving through their field. It's going to be ours eventually anyways. But the top here is going to be the little area that doesn't yield the best. And then we'll get into some good yield from there. It'll be interesting to see if it's any different than the first harvest. You know, and doing these fields separate is going to cause a little more cost. That's why we're being really careful about looking in the used market, because we definitely want to start purchasing some implements because the leasing costs are going to start, getting to us. Yield is not as good. I'm concerned about that. We'll have to check the plowing. I don't think it needs to be plowed every time, but that's not a great start. Color is darker. That's concerning. Same here. Well, we'll learn. I'm going to stop at 95% here. So this is the spot that we're gonna do something to make it easier. Let's go ahead and get in here, start unloading. I think we're gonna do is we're going east and west right now. I think we're gonna swap to go north-south at that spot, kind of shorten the field so that when we start doing the longer passes, we're able to completely complete them without stopping. And so to kind of explain the problem is when we turn around and start coming towards us now, the auger is going to be towards the corn. So we could either loop around the entire field and always keep the auger on the outside, or we could cut out this area. Maybe we'll just go around in loops. That might be better. But we wouldn't be able to have a worker help us with that, and that's what I was kind of wanting. Yeah, we'll cut off the field, get a worker going, and go from there. 20%, so 5 loads are gonna fit in here. That's good to know. Get out of the way here. Save fuel. Gotta save every penny. All right, so now we'll go ahead and turn this on, but we're going to back out. If it'll let us, why won't it let me go backwards? Oh, we gotta shut it off apparently. Okay, and right here, what we'll do is we'll cut across the field and essentially turn this into the length of the field so that we can completely empty every time. Should be okay. And that was the farthest pass. The field does get a little bit skinnier the farther we go north on it. So this strategy should work. Although the harvester is struggling going uphill here, 2 miles an hour. Something I did not think about, but we might just do passes the other direction just to take care of it. That's unfortunate. Maintenance that bad right now? Oh, it's on the header. We got to stop. That's why the yield is bad. All right, we're going to have to borrow some money and repair this. We bought the header used and didn't repair it. But I don't know what happens when you unload or repair, because we might repair the harvester. I just want to make sure it doesn't take our corn from us. Okay, it wasn't too bad that we lost some time there. And then that's also, we might want to redo the length after it's repaired. Okay, lots to do. Get all this stuff taken care of and rejoin you. Okay, we are to the repair spot. Oh yeah, save gas. And we'll go here. This condition needs, okay, we're gonna take some cash out. We'll just borrow a good amount for now. Repair, we're not gonna repaint anything. So that, this one, 1,000, okay. Okay, so now hop back in here. Let's go ahead and repay that while we're thinking about it. Okay, we're at $45,000 of a loan now. 55,000 left to use if we need to. And freshly repaired. Let's get back and see if the yield improves. We're gonna start at the top again to get the distance for about 95% like we did last time. And then we'll continue with that plan, but I'm hoping that the colors are a little bit better after these repairs. All right, here we go. And let's see, it should be a little better. Can't completely tell. Maybe slightly? Was it enough to spend that money? Probably, I don't know. Seems the same to me. We'll see about where we end up though. That'll tell us. Well, that's interesting. I know the field was a little bit shorter at that spot, but only 92% here. Something's amiss here, but that'll be okay. We will prevail. I think the spot that we started with is going to work, so we'll go ahead and get this unloaded, and we'll do that plan, and then we can hand it off to a worker and get it done a lot faster while we're just running cart. Let's check on prices right now. Corn is not going to be sold today, so we will just use the train station as our silo for now until probably December. So hopefully we have enough money for borrowing and using our loans to get us by until then. But I think it's best to really sell everything at max price. All right, let's finish this pass and finish everything to our left and keep on keeping on. We could probably hand this over to a worker once we do a couple rows and it knows which direction it's going. And the struggle is going to continue right here, but it's temporary. And hopefully next time we harvest this, we have a bigger harvester. More powerful harvester. And a bigger capacity, so we don't have to worry about it. And, oh, interesting. In front of us, we have corn. We're going to have to keep an eye on that and try to buy that before they harvest as one of the strategies for this challenge. Yeah, look at that slope. Yeah, definitely think it's quicker to just drive up here, turn around, and do it again. And that might be a big enough gap to do the bulk of the field and then do this half next. The workers shouldn't get confused by that, I don't think. All right, 90% full there. Good time to top this off. And then we will give it a shot. We'll start from down here. We'll go up towards the north there. Or the north, what is that? The east. And see if we can have them turn around, unload them, and keep them going without stopping the harvest. A lot of prep work to get there, but we're there. All right, get started, get it nice and straight, and hit H. And we shall find out. Just about 15,000 liters already. I wish I would have known the numbers. I should have wrote them down. But we're going to drop this off at the train station, and we're kind of risking that that's going to be the best price every time. If it's not, I think we can unload there. So it's just kind of gaming the system and not having to buy a silo is what we're doing. But nothing in the rules said we couldn't do that. And we'll test that out right now. Should be able to pull forward just to right here. Hit R once we're under it and go to corn. Yep, that'll do it. Okay. Oh, you're still so far away. What a grind. Oh yeah. Why? I don't remember it struggling like this last time. More power to run this corn header, maybe? I guess that's got to be the problem. Start looking in the market here. Less capacity, a lot more horsepower, more capacity, a lot more money. Interesting. Yeah, we need one of these to kind of show up when we have the ability to buy it in here. But that's what we need. We're back up to 6 miles an hour, so there's a little, yeah, once they got over that ledge there, they sped it back up. And they're at 60% full, which is pretty ideal. Where did the tractor go? Oh, there it is. Just couldn't see it. All right, time for the grind. What object could you be blocked by? What? What in the world? Oh man, this is just gonna make this challenge even harder. So that was just stuck and it wouldn't move, and I had to fold the header to get it to move. Now I'm wondering if we made a mistake by upgrading to this header at this point. And we'll see. I don't think, is there buttons to adjust that? I have to unfold it. I think we got room. Unfold it, lower the header. I mean, is it just a bad combo here? I don't know, but we'll finish that row again, and then, oh man, challenge after challenge. And so this is the spot where it said it ran into an object. I don't see anything. We'll see if it stops again right here. Nope, seems to be fine this direction. We'll go ahead and go back to the top, hand it back over, try to get to the bottom, make sure it's completely full before it turns around. Or make sure it's completely empty before it turns around. And there is a little area where we didn't do perfect rows, so I'm gonna get to that point, or get to that point, and then we'll hand back to the worker. Oh man. Barely making a dent in this field. Okay. So this next one, let's see. It should just stay straight there. And we're good. Okay. 6 miles an hour. We'll set our cruise control here to match and start the unloading process. And then we'll see. It should stop and turn around in that gap. But if it keeps going, then we'll have to adjust. Moment of truth here. Hopefully the AI in the game decides it's time to turn around when it hits the opening and doesn't continue on. Seems like that is the case. Let's not run into our corn. Ooh, that was close. All right, we might as well unload this every time because we have the time to, and then we'll never run into a situation where the harvester still has corn in it when it turns around. Just struggling. I don't understand. The header makes that much of a difference, huh? Well, I think we have no choice but to switch back to the other one. So let's go unload this and we'll do that. I lost some money probably too. Let's see how much that header is. 19,000. Oh, and it's saying this one's worth 15. Not too much of a loss. So we're going to take some liberties here. Never saw it in the rule book. So we'll grab this. We're going to reset it. Save us a little bit of time. Grab the header, reset it, shut that off, turn this on. Got us here much quicker. And about a $4,000 loss here. Oh man, what a mistake. That's what this challenge is made of though. Trying to prevent mistakes. Let's do some math. We came in here and we sold this. Let's just not repair it or anything. Calculator, 46,845 plus 16,721 equals 63,000. If we go into our money now and we borrow the maximum, we can add another 58,529. That gives us 122, which I believe is short for upgrading. Yes, it is. Okay, we'll keep that in mind for later. And we're just gonna sell this as is and then purchase the other one and pay back our loans as much as we can. Still at 45,000 in loans, which is interesting. Get attached there and head on back. It might be worth, oh man. We're gonna do those, this will probably be the last set of harvests we do with this harvester. We're gonna figure out something. I gotta say, this is definitely the difficulty level I was looking for in a challenge when I started doing this, so no complaints. So much to still harvest here, jeez. Yeah, handling it just fine. And let's see if the color improves too. Nope, it's the same. So I don't know, maybe we got more of a bonus on this field for plowing it the first time and getting rid of stones. It's the only thing I can think of. But maximizing the yield is definitely gonna be part of the success criteria of this challenge. 34% full, we'll get this going down the hill and start unloading. And gosh, we didn't need to cut off that extra space because we knew we were able to pull it off last time, but it is what it is. We'll live and learn. Straighten it out here and hand it over and keep on going. So you can see how much we've harvested so far. We're almost into field 88, not quite yet. We're going to take a nice inventory of the amount of liters we have. Doing some math on 2 implements I want to purchase, we need about 220,000 liters of corn if we sold it at max price. So we're trying to get an idea of if that's going to happen. And also, I kind of talked about waiting till October to do the other sets of fields in November. We're going to harvest them as soon as possible, try to get crops in the ground as soon as possible. I think that's a smarter approach for this challenge. There's no reason to spread things out. We need to maximize the amount of harvests we're having. So, yeah, it's just going to be a very busy work nonstop. And the clock running at ×5. At this point, it's looking like this harvest might go into the night, because of how slow we started with the beginning mistakes there. But let's see, that is in. So now if we get over the bar here, or the pipe, 52,000 liters. So we still have that lower section, hoping to get about 150,000 from this harvest, and then maybe the other 70 from the others. It's gonna be close. Also, finding stuff on sale would still be beneficial. Probably gonna have to take out another loan to pay for workers soon. We're down to $600. Yeah. And maybe the used vehicle sale will help us out here in the next few days of September. It's all corn. Well, I've stopped using workers at this point because it was just eating into the cost too much. So we're doing this ourselves. It's gonna take a little bit longer, but price-wise or financially, I think it's the wise decision. And we're about an hour and a half into this recording session, and we're gonna have to take a break because it's Super Bowl Sunday. You're not seeing this till well after, so you know who won, but we're gonna take a break, watch the game, enjoy some football, the last football game of the year, and tomorrow I'll pick back up recording this challenge for you guys. Having so much of a blast recording this. I really hope we hit 20 million, but I don't know. Well, we're back. It's the day after the Super Bowl, and the Chiefs won probably the most competitive, entertaining Super Bowl I've seen in years. Let me know if you watched it. Let me know if you enjoyed it, no matter what team you're going for. It was a pretty entertaining, pretty competitive game. Overtime was pretty fun. Kind of thinking through some of that right now, and a lot of times we watch the game for commercials, or some of us, get together for just having some fun, having some food. It's always a good time, and I really enjoyed it. I got to hang out with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and wife and enjoy the game, and it was competitive, and half the room was going for one team, half the room was going for the other, and it was an enjoyable night, and I'm glad to see it wasn't a blowout and there's actually competition. This is coming out probably 3 weeks after that game, but it's still relevant because it's while I'm recording, and it was nice to get a break from that and enjoy some human interaction that wasn't digital or over Discord or something like that. A lot of times that's what I spend all of my time doing, is being on Discord calls or recording in virtual worlds. So I think what I'm saying is go outside and talk to people. I'm gonna finish this harvest. We're gonna probably go through the night here, get the rest of this field done, start prepping to harvest the other fields. We're definitely gonna just harvest and flip fields as fast as possible. You can see probably 3 more passes here, and then we got to do the lower section that we cut off earlier. Gonna be dark, and then I think on September 2nd we will start flipping this field while we're harvesting the others. But I will join you in a little bit after we're done harvesting field 88 and 89. Well, it was inevitable. I finally zoned out while harvesting and ruined a bunch of crops. I mean, I knew it was gonna happen. Not too bad there. Aye. And it's getting dark fast. We're gonna get this harvest done. We're gonna get that bottom section at night. We might work 24 hours these days and not sleep at all. We'll see. Sleep isn't required from what I remember in the rule sheet. So as long as I can deal with the lack of vision, then I think we'll be okay. Let's see if we can squeeze by the tractor here. Invisible hitboxes are my favorite. There we go. Got by it there. But yeah, we're so close to being done with this part, and then we'll jump down to the bottom, but we'll see how long we can handle it when it gets super dark. Just want to build the confidence in being able to pull this off, and I really think getting things done as fast as possible and getting into that practice for when time is more important, because right now we could probably pace ourselves, sleep, get all 3 of these large fields turned over and prepped for the next harvest, but I really want to get to the discipline down of just working hard and busting through it and making sure that we have nothing to do at some point, so that we know when the time comes to. What I'm trying to say is we're going to own enough fields at some point to where we're going to have to work nonstop to win this challenge, and I want to build that discipline now so that when the time comes, it's not a shock. It's not a change in the way we're playing. It's just a little bit more per year. I think that made sense. Here we go on the last pass, and then we'll jump down to the bottom and finish it on up and try not to get too bored of corn. We'll be doing different things here soon. We'll be doing some, oh, I guess we have a little bit more to do. We'll be doing some cultivating and some planting and spreading, and that'll mix it up. And then we'll do a bunch of harvesting. I'm still having a blast though. I'm still really enjoying it. It's nice to just relax, and I was zoning out just thinking about a million things, and that's why we didn't notice that the hopper was full. But let me know what you think of this series. Again, if you have any other ideas for challenges you'd like to see, hit up the Discord. We have an FS challenge channel in our Discord specifically for the challenges. And if you noticed, I did do the bee challenge. It was kind of a tongue-in-cheek challenge, but I decided it was doable in a day, and those are the type of challenges that would be kind of fun to see too, so I can get more videos out on this topic. I just find it interesting. It mixes up the game. It makes it somewhat fresh, you know. 10-year challenges, they're a little overbearing, but we're going to set a baseline for everyone to see what they can do, and kind of hoping that we get done with this before any FS25 comes out or anything like that. Not that I know anything. I haven't heard anything. I just have a feeling it's going to be this year. Just would make sense to me. And now we're rambling, and it's getting dark. I'm getting scared. Okay, bye. Well, we're unloading the last little bit of corn that we have from this field, and we're going to see what our total is in the train station. We got 2 more fields to harvest, but it's almost midnight, so I'm tempted to wait until midnight to see if the used equipment does change. I'm not sure exactly what time that happens. I've never tried it out, so we'll move this around. We'll figure out what our total is, and then we will probably start harvesting one of those other fields before we figure out exactly which spreader we're going to use to get some lime down, and which I think we're going to try to lease a direct drill so we don't have to cultivate and deal with stones. Not 100% sure how that's going to affect the environmental score. I'm pretty sure that would be the best route to get the highest score. Right now we're sitting, I believe, at like 85. Let's see if that's changed. Yeah, 88. We're at 88 right now, so a pretty good environmental score. Let's go see how many liters of corn we have. Hoping it was 150. I think we're gonna be a little short of that, probably around 130,000. All right, drop this off, and then we'll pull forward and check the total. And corn is sitting at 137. Okay, so not too far off. We'll see what these other fields bring in, and you know, the story of this playthrough is second guessing myself, and I'm just kind of wondering if the next purchase should be a harvester and not implements. Oh man, I don't feel like there's a right answer to any of these. How is the pH looking? Let's see. Oh man, I bet we could get away with not doing pH once. It's still good. It's just not perfect. I just don't know how much that would affect the yield versus the money saved. We're gonna think about that. Maybe we'll try that in the smaller fields. And I think 54 is the next field I want to do. This is one that we did not treat ourselves, and the yield was not very good. You can see it's in the orange, close to red color there. It just went away. But we're gonna see how much we improved the yield here. And this is also a lot smaller of a field, so it'll be pretty quick to do. Once we get done with that, then we can figure out what we want to do with the next implement that we're going to lease to start prepping these fields. But here's the moment of truth. I'm hoping yellow's better than orange, so the yield is definitely better, but I was hoping to see a little bit of green, and based on how consistent that orange is, I think this yellow is where we're gonna be. All right, back to the grind. Around midnight, we'll check the store and go from there. Well, it is midnight now. We're just still harvesting here, and I'm kind of wondering if the market flipped over. We're going to go ahead and get to the tractor, start unloading, and then we will check. See, I'm kind of just doing circles around this one. I felt like it was the most efficient way. Instead of ups and downs, I don't have to really brake much. or ever reverse. We'll get that going. Let's hop in here, and it has not changed. So maybe 8 o'clock? I don't know. I don't know, but let's go ahead and take a look at planters and find the first one that says no previous cultivating or plowing necessary. So we knew that. This one requires it. This one doesn't. But I don't see one. This one does. This will do fertilizer and seed and corn. 350 horsepower. We have 462. I just don't know, because then we'd have to lease something to spray weeds. So let's take a look at that. So this one does both herbicide and fertilizer. We could lease that. Has a pretty good working width, 24 meters. We would definitely be happy with that. So I think what we want to do is go with this here direct drill, and I believe we know it's about 12,000 to lease. I think that's what we're gonna do. So here we go. We're gonna take out a little bit of loans. Let's hop over. Whoops, I want to detach that. Let's hop here. We're gonna disconnect that. And then we're going to go here. Whoops, turn that back on. Since we're gonna have to lease the sprayer for weeds anyways, I think it makes sense to save a little bit of money on the planting process. Let's go ahead and get lined up better to hand this over to a worker. We'll let them continue on, and we are going to drive to the store and get that planter and drive through our neighbor's sunflower seeds. Sunflowers. We're gonna have to take a little bit of a loan out and hope that that planter doesn't show up on the use. We probably wouldn't be able to afford it this time around anyways. So let's hop over here, and we're gonna have to, I think, we'll see how far that seed gets us, but let's hop in here first. Go to our money. We're gonna borrow, we'll get it to about 20,000 there. And I think we might be in the way, actually. This is not a good place to be. All right, that should give us enough room. And we'll go in here to planters, and we're gonna go with it. Let's see if we lease it. It's $7,000. Let's go back to our money now and repay what we don't need, and gives us a good amount of money for the worker that's going on. And this is a huge risk. I hope we don't regret it. But let's go ahead and get all of this seed in here. See what percentage that gives us. A little closer. There we go. Oh, 5% there. Okay. And this should be a full bag if it'll take ever. There we go. And seed's not super expensive. Let's go ahead and buy, let's do 3 more bags for now. And we'll need a little bit more cash for the worker, but we'll handle that as needed. And that gets us full on seed. It's a nice, interesting number. 3,876. Okay, let's head on over to the big field. And what we're gonna do is stop the harvester worker and set up a course with this and let them finish planting. Now I'm thinking I bought the wrong one. No, I didn't. Okay. It does just unfold. Okay. 2 headlands will do sharp. Up and down is fine. Let's generate the course. Then I want to go into these settings. I want to raise late and lower early. We'll see if that helps. And then we'll go first waypoint, and away you go. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Probably gonna have to buy more seed. That's lovely. Let's go ahead and once they finish this row, cancel that. And we will finish this harvest and start working on the other one. And hope that we didn't just completely screw ourselves financially by not doing lime. But again, lime said good. We're gonna go with it. Good is good. It's not bad, so it should be okay. Just maybe a little bit of a yield penalty there. But I have a feeling the environment score and the money we would have spent on the lime itself will even out in the end, if not make us more money from not spending that money on lime. That's my hope. And we'll have to stop planting to unload this when the time comes, but we should be good for a little bit. We'll probably be able to finish this field without filling up this trailer. And then it'll be curious to see, I don't know if it can connect to the harvester. We'll try that later. And before they're able to finish the headland planting, we're done with this harvest. All right, let's go drop this off, and then we're gonna check the used market again. I think every hour we'll take a peek at it. I'm not sure when it changes. Maybe September 2nd just didn't have anything new. Let's take a peek. Nothing. All right. Now, I doubt we can connect this, but I'm gonna try just because I can. No go. All right, let's, oh yeah, that was the header. Okay, let's drive to the next field. We'll have to take a break from planting at some point to move that trailer. Doing a good job, not missing anything with the configuration on course play. We're gonna take a look at the yield data, and we have, oh yeah, a lot of clay in this field. Showing green though, which is curious. So hopefully that stays that way. I know one of these fields we haven't harvested yet, which is interesting that we see, was that not yield? Oh, that's, yeah, so if we go to yield, yeah, we only have half the info. Yeah, yellow makes sense there. And that's the wrong entrance. So we'll go ahead and let the planter work its way through what it's doing. And once we get full here, we will, at that point, we'll grab the tractor and get the trailer all established over here. And we can see, yeah, the yield is also decreased. I'm just wondering if it's because we didn't plow, and if that's the penalty that we're getting. We like got a yield bonus from plowing last time. The only thing I can think of here for it to be so different. Maybe it was just that section though. Okay, this is looking better. Slight change in the color, but not enough to be that stressed about. Let's see what happens when we get to the yellow here. Yeah, pretty consistently. I don't know what happened with that first field. That's going to be a mystery. And the new yield information here. Yeah, it's yellow as expected. Hopefully there's some speckles of green would be nice. But yeah, getting a nice yellow color. Not too terrible, not too great. Looks like we might do a full headland without having to get the trailer. Oh, there's some green. All right, so once we buy field 45, that's potentially going to help increase the yield in this area. See if all of this is green here. Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. So that might cause us to not be able to do a full headland because the yield is so much better right here. And it's gone. That little section there in the quarter, we're gonna have some green. Okay, good to know. 97% full as we're done with the headland, and this is a good place to stop right here. We'll back up, disconnect. 76% capacity still. Interesting. We're at the top. I thought we were at the bottom. Okay, good. They made a little more time than I was expecting. And let's see what our total is here. 16,000, almost 17,000 liters from this field. Okay, let's go ahead and drop it off at the train station so that they start with a fresh trailer, and we're going to be just dropping the trailer there and then getting back to planting the new corn. It's 2 o'clock. Everything looks the same. Did we set the crop type correctly? Corn, yes. Whew. Okay. And we'll drop the trailer off there and make our way back to the field to continue with planting. And hooked back up, we're going to go ahead and select nearest waypoint and let them continue on and back to the harvest. And we're getting super close to being done with this harvest. This is the second trailer that we're getting close to filling up. I was hoping to get 2 completely full trailers. I don't think we'll quite get there, but you may notice the John Deere's back with us. The 2 fields are planted. Let's take a look at the map here. We also took out our max loans because some leasing fees hit, but you can see we have our freshly growing grass. It's not grass. It's definitely corn in 88, 89, and 54, and we're finishing up 47 and 49 now. Ooh, is it gonna fill it up? It is. Let's go ahead and finish the harvest, and then we will take in the trailer full and then unfill the rest of the harvester after that. But yeah, so the leasing fee hit for the we missed there. For the whole hour of using the planter, so we're going to hold on to this money the way it is. We'll pay it off before we skip time, or pay off as much as we can. But it gives you a good indication on how much our budget is between now and December when we're gonna sell all this corn. And I'm a little nervous that an item that we're gonna want is gonna show up in the used market, and we won't be able to take advantage of it because we don't have cash, and that's going to be worst case right now if that happens. And corn prices are pretty much at the lowest they're going to be, so it's going to be real tempting if a good item shows up for us to purchase, but we'll find out. Yeah, we'll get this done. We'll go see what our total is, and then we'll get this field planted. With the last 27, let's say 27,000? 2,700 liters, yeah. The L threw me off there. I thought there was a 1. The last 2,700 liters here, we're gonna drop it off, and then we will back up and check the amount that's in the train station. And I'm pretty sure this is safe, right? It's not gonna spawn away or disappear, right? Or despawn. I think we're okay. Let's see, 202,000 liters. What are the odds? I think that's the number I said earlier that we're aiming for, but I don't know if we're going to do that. We'll find out when we sell. So let's drop this off here. We're done with that. Let's head back over to that field we just harvested, and we need to get some corn in the ground. A couple spots missed there. That's unfortunate. But this field's looking great. We will fertilize it and treat it for weeds next month. We should be safe even with these big, huge tires on one growth stage. Not realistic, but playing within the rule set. And we got some temptations out here. We have this cornfield here. We have one right there. Then we have one that's ready to harvest. That's, I just don't know if we want to expand yet. Is equipment more important than fields right now? And saving money and not doing leases? I don't know. I wish I knew the math on all that. I just don't. And I believe we're going to have to drive to the store and get more seed. That's not how you hook up to this. Let's go to the front of it or the hitches. Yeah, 15% is not going to do it. Let's go buy one more bag. We'll do two. Kind of lost right now. Where did I go? I went way past the store. I'm a doofus. And, oh yeah, we did have a little bit. Maybe we didn't need to buy this. I mean, we'll use them eventually. There's no way we're going to come close to using all of this seed right now. Eventually, we will use it, but it's just a matter of will that $800 or so be come in handy when we need it. I don't think there's any change in the confidence level yet. I think we're still, you know, at like a D for thinking this is going to happen. It's just, again, we're setting a baseline. If I was a betting man right now, I think we're going to end with like 8 million, nowhere close to the 20 million, but I mean, time will tell. We'll get more seeds. We'll get more fields. We'll, like, 4 million in one harvest season is going to be, I think, what we need. And we need a couple years of that, like 4 years of that. And that would only get us to 16 million. So the last 4 years or so, if we don't own every field, we're done, right? And then it's going to be, are there enough fields to actually pull this off is going to be the other question. It's a long challenge, very, very long challenge. I'm wondering if no tillage is the way to go on this challenge and ignore the periodic plowing. Anybody knows what the penalty is for not plowing? If it's like 10%, I might rethink that. But if it's only 5, I'm thinking the precision farming score benefit from doing no tillage is going to be better than that 5% loss. So I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but that is definitely something that I'd be interested in learning. I'm sure I could Google it too and find out, but I love comments. I love asking for comments, so let me know. And yeah, we didn't need to buy that other bag of seed, but we will drop these off close to our property and then return this planter. And that concludes planting for year 2. I guess we might do a second planting. We're still in the first month, or second month, I guess. So we got a lot of time left in year 2. Let's get this dropped off, and we're going to skip to October 1st and see if there's anything good to lease. And then or not lease, but purchase that's used. And then we will see about leasing a sprayer to fertilize and treat the fields for weeds. And there we go. Let's hop into our keys here and return the planter. I wish we owned it. All right, we'll shut this off, head to the house. Oh, let's save. I thought the game was going to crash. And right before we do, let's go ahead and hop in here and look at here. Nothing good. All right, let's go forward. And what do we have here? It's only 4 meters. A subsoiler. Prepare fields for next sowing. Okay. Okie dokie. We might not use it, but we're buying it. All right, let's go to October. Loan interest 111. Oh, we forgot to pay it off. That was silly. Oh, wrong type of header. Nothing we can use. What is the value of this? Oh, 2,000. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. All right, let's look in here and take a look at sprayers. Do we go for this with the See and Spray? The leasing costs made up my mind for me. Let's go pick it up. We will do fertilizer first, and then we'll spray for weeds. Now, we already had solid fertilizer, so it's kind of sad, but we'll have to buy some liquid fertilizer. We do have some herbicide, so we'd have that in our back pocket. A lot of fertilizer, actually. And, you know, thinking about that purchase, we are going to have to combine fields when the time comes, so it won't be that big of a waste. Let's buy 2 of these just to start. It might be too much, might not be enough, but I don't want to overspend as we only have 25,000 until we sell our corn. It doesn't even hold all of it. All right, we'll get to the fields. In real life, I'm going to take a break, but for you, it'll be instant. And we're back. Time to get some fertilizer put down and then herbicide. I'm hoping we have enough. You know, I'm not sure how far this is going to go, but we'll find out momentarily. And we should see a nice color change here. Yes. Let's go ahead and put GPS on here. Cruise control. Not GPS, just cruise control. And if we would have gone far enough over, we could have probably done just 2 passes, but we messed up. What a nice color green that turns to, though. Reminds me of Christmas right now. And being that we only have $25,000, buying any fields is kind of out of the equation. So that temptation's gone. I guess we'll fertilize our neighbor's yard. What is wrong with me? We'll fertilize our neighbor's field there a little bit, and might as well just, yeah, seek and spray helps us. But yeah, so purchasing any other fields is out of the equation. We don't have enough money for that. We're maxed out on the loan right now. And after we do the herbicide, I will pay off as much as we can. We will take a look at the used market, but we're pretty much stuck with what we have at the moment until we sell the corn in December. And then we'll have a good idea of what we can do with that money. But as of now, it's looking like we're short implements. Gonna have to keep leasing. And even though this field's closest to us, I think we'll go ahead and drive to the, oh no. Oh no, we missed a spot. Let's get the spot we missed. There we go. All right, now we'll shut it off and drive to the next field. And we're gonna abuse the system. This is definitely my least realistic series right now. We'll go ahead and do the headland since the ditch kicked us this way anyways. Stay on board there, and we'll see how much we have when we get done with this to give us an indicator of how much we need to buy. I'm hoping just one more because fertilizer is expensive, and we kind of messed up again because we had the solid fertilizer sitting over there, and we had to plant liquid, or we had to use liquid fertilizer because of the way we're doing these leases. You know, I'm not the most financially responsible on this game, so these type of challenges are challenging. Looks like we're gonna use roughly 30%, so let's hop in here and do some math. This field, if we go in here, shows 3.4, 3.8, so we're at like 7, a little over 7 acres. Here we have about 3, maybe 4, so I do think we need to do a full thing of liquid nitrogen to start that field. So we'll head back to the store, get all topped off. We'll see where the fertilizer that we have gets us, and we might risk it without buying first. It'll just cause us to drive a little bit, but we're gonna have to drive a lot anyways. So let's fold this up and head on over to that store. 75%, should we try it before we spend money? I think so. Let's try it. All right, here we go. Get a nice green color on this one as well. And I think 75% is gonna be just short, but I figured we would give it a shot before spending money. That seems to be the best chance we have of success, is not to waste cash. Just kind of curiously thinking about things. Well, this takes a long time to spray. We look at statistics here. Where is time in game? We've almost spent an entire day, real lifetime, on this playthrough already, and I'm interested to see what that number is going to be after 10 years. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty freaking high. So I've been watching the timer in my recording software, and it takes 2 minutes almost exactly to get across this field. Let's see, 2 minutes and 3 seconds. That's 7 miles an hour. I wish we had some mods to help us speed things up. I'm not a patient person. 9%, we're gonna run out on this pass, so I wish there was a selling location or a buying location on this map where I could just buy enough liquid fertilizer and not an entire $3,600 crate, but we're gonna have to. I guess we could look. I don't see anything. I do see a debris crusher, which would be interesting if we started doing stones again to buy that. I can't make money off of it, so I can't sell the goods. But if that turns it into lime for us, we could use the lime. I don't think there's anything in the rules against that. We don't have money to buy it anyways. And $3,200 $200 spent, and we're about to run out, so we've got that over there waiting for us. We'll drive over there, fill up, and then finish the fertilizing session. Just about one pass short. Oh, joy. We're going to get this whole pass? Almost. That's hilarious. All right, let's fold it up, and we'll get over there and do the little bit left that we got. And we used just over 400 liters. So let's go ahead and drop off the rest of this liquid fertilizer for next time and see how much of this herbicide we have left. Not a terrible start. Over 1,000 liters here. Open this on up. And away we go. 2 minutes per pass. Well, we have 729 liters left. I think we'll get these 2 fields done. And then it'll be time to just kind of wait for the crops to be ready. And we had plenty of herbicide. We are officially done prepping the fields. It's time to watch the used market as well as the price of corn so that we can sell it at the peak. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm like 125, maybe 2,000% sure that will happen prior to the next harvest. So let's get to our property, drop off this herbicide, return the implement, and we must have hit a leasing fee because all of a sudden we're down to 19,000. That's unfortunate. That was right at the end. Yeah, we'll get this returned and see what happens. All right, so we got that returned, and let's hop into the money menu and we'll repay as much as we can here. We got 85,000 in loans. It's unfortunate. Let's double check the used market before we sleep. Doesn't look to have changed. And here we go. Forage harvester would be cool if we could use it. Nothing here. Nice rainy day. Let's take a look at the prices before we keep moving on. Corn is ew. I guess that is at its lowest. It is November. Great demand at the train, but not for corn yet. But what are the odds? What are the freaking odds? Not a direct drill, but 12 meter working width, and this cultivator as well. We just don't have the cash. What took $16,000? Oh, our loans did. I can't believe we have to pass up those implements. Would have been perfect. That combo would have been perfect. Fent. Nice fence there. Can't afford it. Prices are starting to increase. Oh no, no. $225,000. Oh no. Goodness. Why is the game doing this to me? That would be enough for the rest of the playthrough. Gosh dang it. Let's see how the crops are doing. It's slowly growing. Growth phase is looking like it should. 86 is close. Let's see what else is corn right now. Let's do an inventory here. Turn this back on real quick. Number 5, number 80, 77, and 86. Which one was that? 77's right there. So that is 13,000, 30,000, and 30,000. But this one, 77's got to be, yeah, ready to harvest. We got to pass. Got to pass on it. 1 month too soon. All right, great demand. Is it the demand we want to see? It is not. It says it's going down. Corn has shifted all of a sudden to June being the peak. Why is that even a possibility? What in the world? I don't understand this game. That tractor is still there. We're selling everything. Not a tractor, the combine. It better not be gone by the time we get done with this. Let's see where the marker is. Rent it. It's right here. All right, let's see how much corn we can fit on this train. If we could stop. There we go. I don't know what fits in these. We'll find out though. Oh, it's gonna be plenty of room. 90,000 liters. Let's go forward and stop here. Put another 90,000. Is there another? I think there is one more train that we can use, or car that we can use. If not, we're gonna be doing 2 trips. I think this one here that we just passed can hold grain. Perfect. 202 liters. Let's back on up. See what our dollar amount is. Not at peak price. Gonna hurt us, but I want to risk it to see if we have enough money for that harvester. Come on, environmental score bonus. We're banking on you. Moment of truth. 184,000. All right. Let's hop in here. Drive this to the store. Yeah. While we're driving, let's go into our money. Max out. We're sitting at 190.99. All right, here we are. Let's jump over here. See if we are gonna make a mistake or not. Repair it, get a little bit more cash. Let's try it. Sell for 58,000. Hop in here. You are still there. We're gonna knock off that and go with the twin tires and purchase. And then we're going to see if I'm gonna use super strength, forgive me, if this is gonna work, because it might be game over for us right now. Seems to work. All right, it looks kind of silly. Really huge harvester, tiny little head, but we can drive faster too. Luck was on our side. Let's take a look at some fields. We can afford it. We can't afford this one, but we can afford it. Let's double check before we do that. Sure that is corn still. Yep, 77 is our new field. And even though the header isn't the ideal size, we have a lot more capacity. And I think it's going to make our lives easier. Eventually, one of our next purchases will be a larger corn header, and things are looking up. 86 would hold on if we had enough money. That would be awesome too. Tiny little field, but it's the start of a new section of land that we will turn into a large field long term. And let's back up. Header seems to be working pretty good. Nice surprise harvest here. 6 miles an hour still, but we get around a lot faster. And oh no, that's unfortunate. We are destroying crops. Oh no, oh no. So this is free. Interesting. All of a sudden that's free. All right, let's head back over, see if that is the right width for that header to not damage crops. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, let's see. Yeah, it looks like that'll do it. Okay. Crisis averted. So we'll definitely want to upgrade the header soon as possible, because we are still damaging a little bit of crops if we're not being perfectly careful, as you can see there. So this wasn't the best idea. Now this might be exploiting the game, but I believe that, oh, why did it stop? That if we use a worker, it won't damage crops. So let's try that. And I need to review the rules, because I am thinking about flipping this field and seeing if I can get enough cash to buy that other one and keep flipping fields until we can potentially, wow, I didn't do that well, until we can potentially get enough for a bigger header. It looks like 53,000 is what we're looking at, unless that magically shows up on the used market, which I have a hard time believing we're going to get that lucky. But we're at about 3,000 liters, oh, a little bit more so far. 4,000 liters, so that give us roughly almost $4,000. Well, according to the rule set, land flipping is allowed, so we might do that if the money adds up. And the money will not add up, so we will just deposit this and wait for the corn prices to be better and hold on to the plot of land. I don't know if we will spend the time prepping it. We might, I guess we have that subsoiler, but it might, I don't even know if it'll work on this tractor. It should, but I don't know. So while I take some time to think about some choices I'm thinking about making, we're gonna go ahead and subsoil this. We're not gonna have the money to plant it yet, but we will have to start thinking about stones as well since we're doing this. So yeah, I'm gonna take some time to think about some things. After I'm done subsoiling this, I'm gonna take a break. And we might do some things depending on how I feel about it. Well, I've taken a few days to think about this tactic that I'm gonna apply here, and after talking with a few friends, I've decided it's not listed in the rule set, so taking advantage of it is fine. And we are driving to the store because we are going to get a new corn header today, and once I get to the store, I'll show you that plan. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to sell our existing corn header. All right, in here, and condition's not too bad. We'll do that. We're not going to repaint it, and getting $13,000 back. Very nice. Thought I sold that. Ooh, that would have been rough. Okay, and then we're gonna hop in here. We don't have any equipment to actually plant this, so we are going to flip it and we're gonna sell it. That puts our balance at $29,000. Let's take a look at the map again. Okay, well that field is sold. 77's gone now. We need a little bit more cash, so let's go ahead. We're going to sell 33 and hope that we can buy it back in time. So now let's go in here and look at the headers. And I want, well, we have the New Holland for 8 rows. We're doing all this, 3 extra rows. Or do we want to try and get this one? I don't know if we have enough fields that I want to risk, so we'll go ahead and go with this one for now and make sure we didn't waste that. Okay, let's get this home. It doesn't need to be here. And then what was the point of doing that though? Starting to forget. So if we come over here, this one is 30,000. So if we go here and we sell this one, we don't have enough money. We come here and we sell this one, We have enough money. We'll go here, we'll buy it, and then we might do the same, but we're gonna, yeah, this is risky. And it all depends on if we make enough money back. So we have $20,000. Can we buy one of our fields back? This one is 31,000. This one's 21,000, so we're close to getting 33 back. 30, we would want that field too. Yep, okay, so let's get this home, pick up the grain cart, and head over and start harvesting field 80, which I believe was harvested. What? How? When did those get harvested? In between? Well, what's the state of 72 up there? Oh no. Doofus, doofus, doofus. There's no point in owning that. There's no point in owning that. We'll sell that one. Okay, we'll buy this back, and that backfired. Oh man. Well, say we live and learn, but are we learning anything? We're just making mistakes. I swear when I shut off the save, those fields were still available, and loading back in must have triggered something to transition them to the harvested state. Unless it just happened at like 11:30 or 11 o'clock or something. I don't get that. That's really bizarre to me. But we do have cash to flip those fields, but we don't own any now. Well, alrighty then. But we got a bigger corn header, which should help a ton, and the harvester is going to help a ton. We know that already. So to get our fields back, I was baking on that corn to harvest it. Oh man. Well, I guess that means it's time to skip ahead and get the big field ready to harvest, make money off of that to get our fields back and harvest them, and repeat the process. Stop that off here. We'll head home, and I'm gonna look at the map a little bit more to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, so this is a good way to look at it. It's the only things we care about. Now let's go to this, and nothing's ready to harvest. Ours are the closest besides field 5, which we could grab that when the time comes. So let's go ahead and skip forward. We'll check that map a little bit every day. And we might as well pay off as much of that loan as we can too while we're have this money. We might have to borrow some more, but let's take a look at the used equipment just in case there's something we want. All right, it's February. We have $19,000. I took the loans back out. We're gonna hop over here. We're going to buy field 73 in this view, and we're gonna drive over there and harvest it. And my guess is we don't even need the cart because it's a tiny little field, but we're gonna flip it real quick. And it's snowing though. Let's look at the used equipment real quick. Nothing there. And this should just, in return, give us a little bit of cash, but we probably won't get that money because the prices aren't good on corn right now. We have liters still? I thought I sold it all. Oh, we put more in there. So prices are going up in June, so we do have a little bit of corn we could sell. Forgot all about that. That's a nice surprise. But we'll just add it to it, and then we'll plan on selling in June when it gets up to $900 per 1,000 there. Are we gonna be able to get through this way? We haven't even seen this town. Nice. I think we'll fit. I think it'll be okay. But we might have to check the weather and see about when we can harvest this field once we find it. We need to turn here and go one more road over. Yep. So we're taking risks here, but I think it might pay off. Oh yeah, I think it'll definitely all fit in the combine. So let's go ahead and stop before we damage anything and look at the forecast. And we're gonna be going to the afternoon. All right, once the game catches up, it should stop snowing. Yep, so we got that warning. I guess we'll leave it a little bit. All right, there we go. Now if we turn this on, we should not get that warning anymore. And we don't have the field data, but we will get the yield information, even though we don't have the field data. Not looking too great, but we knew that was gonna be the case. Just a little bit of extra cash that we're bringing in here. And it's so nice having this header. So far, year 1 got us a few fields and our nice big John Deere tractor. Year 2 so far has gotten us this harvester. We've lost a little bit of land, but I'm hoping by the end of the year we have more land than we started with. And I'm hoping to have at least 2 more pieces of equipment that I feel like we really need, which is the seeder as well, or the planter that can do no-tillage, and then the spreader that can do fertilizer and lime. That still leaves us with the need for herbicide. So I guess a spreader, we could do herbicide with the sprayer. Yeah, we'll figure that out. So we need 3 pieces of equipment, really. All right, that's all done. We will go ahead and I thought I shut it off. There we go. We shut it off. We'll make our journey back to the train station and deposit this corn and keep an eye on those prices before we sell the corn. Ruh-roh. No, no. Please tell me it was a render issue. Okay, it was a render issue. I thought the corn was gone here. See, look at that. That's scary looking. Okay. All right, let's just drop this off if we can fit. Can we? We got it. We got it. So let's look at our total now. Is this adding to it? Kind of interesting. So we're sitting at 14,000. That'll roughly give us about $14,000, maybe 13,000. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that field. And I don't know how long we'll be doing the flipping. I don't think for very long, but we can pay off 15,000 of the loan and be broke until we harvest the field in front of us. The second we have enough money from that harvest, we're gonna buy our fields back. I'm trying to game the system, and it's potentially gonna backfire. All right, let's park there and pay those loans right there. That should be enough to get by for fees. Nothing else to do except for make it March. Beautiful March morning. Let's go ahead and get started. And hoping this yield is looking worse. We had a feeling that was going to be the case with the no liming that we did. But oh my goodness, doing this large of a pass makes me so happy. So we're going to get our money up to the amount that's going to really help us get those fields back. So we'll go in here and we'll borrow our money because that's going to be the first step. And then getting enough corn. I'm thinking 2 hoppers of this. Once we get the harvester full twice, we'll go and sell and see how close we are. And we're at only at 7%. Yes, this is going to speed us up so much. Yield's looking about the same too, which is interesting. Green area here is turning yellow a little bit, but yeah. Okay, so I think we got away with that. How is our environmental score? 99. This is an ideal day to sell goods. And prices aren't bad either. And here's the huge benefit we're talking about. We're getting all the way to the end of the field and only going to be at about 39% full. So we can get there and back and unload at the top every time. That's ideal. And when I'm driving with them, I can wait a couple passes before I actually worry about it. Beautiful. And just eating into the field a lot faster. The next upgrade of the header is going to be nice, but this will do for a while. Now, upgrading the harvester might mean the grain cart needs upgraded soon. We'll see how that goes on this harvest. I think we're going to go up and down 2 more times and then try to sell everything. The price is decreasing right now, so we got 2 passes, well 4 passes, 2 ups and downs done. We're going to go ahead and put as much as we can in here, and we're going to sell it right now. Let's see how close that gets us to buying our land back, and I'm hoping the rest of the harvest is profit. Yep, had a feeling we had more in there than this was going to hold, so we'll get this first load dropped off, get the rest, and call the train. All right, 960 more liters to get dropped off, so just about 900 bucks right there. Oh, don't stop. You were clear. Yep, that's what happens. You get in my way, I run you over. Just go, dude. Okie dokie. Just a quick little tip here, and we'll get the train all called up and go from there. And for the sake of time, we'll get this going on a worker. There we go. All right, let's go wait for this train. And that's, if that's full, it's full, but I think we'll be fine. We'll get back in time. Maybe. This train's taking its time getting here. Let's see, while we're waiting on the train to get there, I'm gonna go grab a little bit more out of the harvester. And I was hoping it would stay on the map, but we might have to make this a little bigger to see. I don't know if the train shows on this view. We'll see. Yep, there it is. Okay, so it's coming. Let's go ahead and grab a little bit out of here and head back so we don't cost too much money in rent. This doesn't seem to be worth it the way I'm driving. All right, that's good. We'll head back. Train is arriving, so we will be a little bit behind. All right, there that goes. And let's go hop in the train. 40,000 liters. That should do it. All right, away we go. All right, let's hop into this, not that menu, this menu here. And land, we want to buy, we'll make sure we complete that first and buy that. And we have 17,000 left over. Okay, crisis averted. And back to the harvest. Well, this harvest has been much more enjoyable than the last one. The extra few rows on the header just really makes a difference. You can see we're already a couple passes away from being done here. I believe we're at like 60 or 70,000 liters. left after selling that 40,000 earlier. So we're looking pretty decent. I'm hoping to at least get one implement. I'm watching the prices and I'm a little nervous to not sell now because it says it's going down. Peak isn't till June, but it's already pretty close to peak price. So I don't know. That's another thing I guess we're going to have to check every day when we skip time moving forward and keep an eye on that. But we'll get these couple of rows done and do the other fields. And then I think on March 2nd, we'll start prepping all of these. Based on how the price fluctuates, we'll determine if we're going to buy some of our own implements. And I'm really itching to do that because it would be nice to be able to already be prepping this, but it's kind of hard when we don't have cash. And that should be good. They should be able to finish this field without being unloaded. It'll be close. We might try one more time. We might unload them one more time, but let's go ahead and drop this off and then we'll let the worker do it. Let him finish it. It's wasting money, but we'll get it done. So just taking a little inventory of what we know, what we've learned. We do know we're going to have 2 harvests a year on fields. It takes about 6 months for these fields to grow. So right now the schedule is going to be September and March for these fields. And then the other ones, we can try to start staggering that a little bit. So that's promising. So we know this year we made, I think it was roughly $200,000 on our harvest on the first time. So we're at about 400,000 right now for the year. We need that to be pretty much times 10. We want that to be like 4 million, which looking around, is there 10 times the property that we don't have? Probably. In this field alone, we have everything to our right now that we could add to it that would add probably close to another, gosh, 50, probably 100,000 with the 2 harvests. So that puts us at 500,000 right there. I mean, maybe it's possible. The 10 million might be possible. I don't think the 20 million is, but it's going to be interesting. And that should be fully unloaded. Let's go ahead and turn this on. And we're going to get this started right away on this field to the left. And that's going to be one that they can probably get pretty close to completely harvesting before we really see any. They could probably get close to harvesting this whole thing before we have to unload it. But I am going to set this one on course play. We'll do 2 headlands just to give enough turnaround time. Actually clear that. I noticed something was wrong there. We want sharp turns. Generate that, and like I've done in other series, I want to come over here and do raise late and lower early, which I don't know how that affects this, but yeah, let's go get this stuff sold, and we'll be back in time, or not sold, but dropped off, and we'll be back in time to start unloading them. And now that that's dropped off, let's go ahead and take a look in here and see what our total's. 102,000. Pretty nice. So that's a roughly almost $100,000. But with the bonus, it probably would put us above 100,000 with the environmental score bonus. Let's get back and help them unload. So I just saw a downside of getting rid of the fields and flipping them. I had to rebuy all the soil samples. I had to rebuy the soil samples. So they are under, I think the miscellaneous cost here. Yeah, it wasn't too expensive, but we have it back now. That might change the strategy because you lose the data, you have to repurchase it. I had to take out the rest of our loans, so we are maxed out loan-wise right now and only have $9,000. So we might be cutting out workers for a little bit, but I think we're okay. And we need maintenance on this tractor pretty soon. Or is it the trailer? Nope, it's the tractor. So this field seems to be holding its pH a little bit better. It seems to be in a good state still, which is curious. Nitrogen's definitely bad, but the field behind us is now okay. So this says okay. So it looks like I think we will apply lime this time. Yeah, we're gonna have to rent something for that. All right, approximate needs unloaded. Oh yeah. Why did you close then? Did you give up on me? Oh, there we go. There we go. Get that finished unloading. It was just a little bit. We have 13,000 liters. We're gonna go ahead and drive on over to the next field. And no reason to drive all the way to the train station. We'll wait till this is full to do that. All right, get that set about right there. And then we'll bring this on over. And you know, gosh, did I just clear that? Yeah, I cleared it. I was just saying, it's about time to make the courses and save them, since this is going to be the equipment we're going to have for a while. So we'll do that on this next one. So it would be nice just to load the course, hit play, and let it drive over here and do the thing. But let's go ahead and get it started. Oh, they folded it. Them goofballs. And then now that we're on the field, we can go in here and create our course, and we'll have the worker help us out here again. Oh, it doesn't recognize the field. Thought I was far enough in there. All right, let's open to generate it. Same situation. A lot more passes. And where did you pick to start? Why are you driving through my field? That's... Oh, you're going to start way over there. Okay, that's fun. Price is staying about the same. It still says June's the peak, but we're in March right now. And so there should be a little dip in April and then climb back up in June, but we're going to have to sell enough for the next step. Let's see. While that's getting started, let's take a look at this and make a plan. So if we went with the cheapest one that can do lime, customized lease is about 3,000. And then if we went with the cheapest option, or a cheaper option for a planter, if we went right about here, direct drill, details and leasing, we don't have enough money for that. None of these are direct, huh? Even these little ones? So that's the cheapest option. But leasing wise, the extra width, it's about a 3 feet difference. Probably about a 2 foot difference there. Or this one, 12, it's not direct either. So it's between these two, really. So yeah, we do definitely need to sell a little bit of corn today. About a 40-minute field here. And we're gonna have to repair this harvester after this. I thought we did do that, but I guess since it's old, it's gonna diminish faster. Interesting that this one is saying bad for pH as we're doing the harvest, and before it showed okay and bad. Did we not check this one? Okay, so we might have messed up, or the data might have changed when we sold it and rebought it. I'm not sure. So I think we learned our lesson, kind of bit ourselves there, but we'll finish this harvest and make some financial decisions. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and then after we harvest, this is for field 89. I don't understand where it's getting this earnings because there's no way we're getting that much money for that, but it does have some good data here. So showing the yield of 196,000 liters, and this one's showing 200. That must be overall. So that would be from the 3 harvests. So I guess that would add up. So if I got a screenshot, so we reset that now. This one's going to be brand new. It's going to show it brought in $6,000. Soil sample price is right there. Total cost from vehicle maintenance. I'm not sure where it's getting that. Maybe just an estimate. And then on these ones, similar numbers. So yeah, I'll take a screenshot of all these so I can compare them soon. And these ones should be single harvests. I'm not sure if this is still adding up or if this is already taking it. Yeah, so this is changing. So I'll have to... This one's safe to reset. These two I'll leave. This one we wanted to reset as well. Oh, I didn't get a screenshot of that, but I can grab it from the recording. So that'll be an interesting way. We're going to do lime this time. And then if we look at this, everything needs plowed. Everything needs plowed. And we have a tiny little subsoiler. Interesting. So that needs plowed already after 3 harvests. What to do? It's debatable. And the second harvest of the year is complete with the outstanding little pieces that Courseplay is picking up now. Not sure how that worked out, but that's pretty funny. I'm glad they're cleaning it up, though. So we'll get this completely emptied and over to the train station and do enough selling to at least lease equipment. And we need to get these fields flipped so that they're ready in September in year 3. So that's the next phase. Let's get back over to the train station. All right, drop off the last little bit here. And let's shut this off. Doesn't need to be on. Wait, did that actually empty it all? It didn't. I'm silly. It does need to be on. There we go. Now we can shut it off. And let's look at our total. 150,000. Not enough money for what I want to do. But let's go ahead and rent this. And it's close by, so we're gonna sell. Let's look at the price. I don't trust it. Last time we did this, the price peak changed on us. And it never peaked in December like it says it does. So I think we're gonna sell it all. Yep, that's my decision. Or you're gonna go this way now. And we'll start filling the corn up. Should only need 2 cars here. And part of the reason why I'm doing this is our environmental score is pretty much maxed out as well, so the bonus is going to be at its peak, and we'll probably lose, I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe $20,000 by selling now. But again, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see if it actually does peak in June and December this year. I just don't trust it at this point. And we're at a cool $161,000. 16,000 just from the environmental score. That's pretty awesome. But we're going to go ahead and park and think things through. for the next steps. Now before we skip time, I want to talk a little bit about plowing. So if we did plow, we would not have to use herbicides. So I think that's, it's one of the things to think about, but the time it's going to take, yeah, I'm abusing the game right now. Well, and this needs, okay, let's go to the store and then we'll do this test. It's going to eat into our funds. So as far as purchasing implements while we're driving, we have time to talk. I decided to take my chances on used equipment. We're going to keep leasing until we are able to. We're going to keep leasing until we get some luck with the implements or until we have a decent amount of money that it feels like it doesn't hurt us to spend it. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to expand. We're going to kind of pocket our money for now, which kind of makes my decision to sell right away not make sense, but just think look, this challenge might not be that complicated. I'm overthinking everything. I really dig it, if you can't tell. All right, let's get this repaired, and then we will see how long it's going to take to do the plowing or the subsoiling. $11,000. I had a feeling. Okay, let's get back and do that. And while I was getting stuck in this tree from not paying attention, something occurred to me to check the health and the condition of the subsoiler. So we've gotten that over here. We're going to attach this and see what it looks like and then potentially go over there and repair it. And am I on the wrong side? No. Couldn't tell. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And conditions, $92. Might as well get the best condition out of it, even if we might not use it. Oh man, police, what a great rule to not allow leasing vehicles, because that would speed me up so much right now. So time, we're not really limited to it, but I am. I mean, the challenge, we're limited to 3 days, and we can pull this all off in 3 days. We're just at, sunset on day 1 of the month. But I'm limited to time, and so my time kind of matters, and I want to get these done and be able to progress and do other series. So let's see. That's going to say, if I know it's not the right number because I'm not the one operating it, but it's going to say that's going to take 2 hours. If I did it myself, maybe an hour and a half. That's not worth it to me. It's not worth it to me, especially because spraying the weeds is going to take this maybe 5-10 minutes. So we're going to take this home. Actually, yeah, we're going to take it home because we're going to sleep, and then we're going to, in the morning, check the used equipment. If there is not a planter there, we're going to lease the planter. I take it back. We're going to do the spreading first of lime. It fell. It fell. Turn the lights off, and let's go ahead and skip to March 2nd. Couple great demands were going off at night. Yeah, we're maxed out. Oh, we should have paid off our loans. What a doofus. Nothing good here, but let's go ahead and jump into the planters. Nope, spreaders. And it is tempting to buy this, but the extension gives it 53,000. Should we start doing that? Because we could do fertilizer in this too, and the extension. Yeah, I want to start getting implements. And before we go back, I think we have some lime on the way out. We're at $94,000, so we will keep. We don't want to take that with us. We will start making decisions based on that. And you know what? It's not a speed run, but like I said, I don't like wasting time. So we'll go to this menu, click on that, reset. We're at the store. And I know we're going to need more, so let's go ahead and hop in here and buy a couple of these. Lime isn't super expensive, so we'll just buy a whole lots of them, and we'll put what we can in here. And we could have gone with the bigger one, but since we purchased it, this one makes sense for us. It'll last the rest of the playthrough, and it's nice to have something purchased that we know we're going to use and not have it leased. And while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and pay most of this off for now. We'll keep a little bit of money for employees. I'll do one more, and then we'll pick up that stuff on the ground just so we have everything isolated. It might make sense to have those closer to where we're working, though. So yeah, we'll just fill this up. Oh yeah, yellow on this one definitely needed it. We're gonna see, I don't know what percentage it's gonna use or how obvious it's gonna be that or how quickly it's gonna drain is kind of the words I was looking for. We're way overestimated the width of this thing. There we go. But we're doing 1.7 tons per hectare, and this shouldn't take too much time. Let's get going. Wow, got to the end of this row. I didn't think we would. It's a good time to shut this off and go refill. We'll just use everything we have before we buy anything else, though. Oh, I thought we had a little bit more. Okay, we only have one left here. Let's go ahead and buy. We'll buy 3. Feels like a safe number. I bet we'll still need more. And while I'm over here, let's go ahead and do something real quick. We're gonna abuse super strength, but you know, it's I don't think it breaks the rules. We're gonna reset this and we're gonna hop out here. We're gonna grab this and we're gonna sell it. We're not gonna use it. We're gonna go down the no-tillage route and deal with the score. I think it's gonna be the best route for us. We only got $1,800 for it anyways. So that was just kind of waste of money buying that when we did. But it makes sense in my head to just get rid of that. I think the bonus we get, because precision farming, you don't get the 15-point bonus for spraying weeds if there's no weeds to spray. It's not like it tells you, well, you did plowing and there's no weeds on this crop because you plowed, so here's your bonus. It just doesn't work that way, so you lose 15 points there. Whether that makes up for the whole 5% from what I was doing research on, precision farming only deducts about 5% when you don't, of the yield when you do not use a plow. And I don't think the environmental score is quite 5%. I think it might be 10% total. So 15% of 10%, you get into some math there. To me, the time savings versus using a baby subsoiler or saving up for a larger plow, because I don't really want to plow anyways. So I don't know. I hope that made sense. And I hope it doesn't cost me the challenge, but that's what we're going with. All right, we'll get this done. We'll get this, we're going by size. I guess we'll go biggest to medium to small. And then I'm hoping this is the last time we plant these, with it being our only 3 fields. Again, I'm terrible at budgeting. I bought one too many bags. It was only $350 wasted there. It's not wasted. We'll still have it, and we don't have to return this, so we don't even have to take it out. Very nice. So let's take this and finish this little spot, and we'll just go ahead and fold it and park it right here for now. We're going to own all this land eventually anyways, right? I was thinking the subsoiler was another mistake. We're going to want to join fields together. All right, let's get this leased again. $7,000 is the base cost, but again, it costs us, it's going to be more than an hour of working time. And we have plenty of seed to start with, so we will just attach this and we lease. No, this is the right one. Yep, this is the right one. No idea how long 44% is going to last us, but we will get going on it. Go ahead and lower it here and activate it. 12 miles an hour is not, or 11 miles an hour is not bad at all. Well, it feels closer to the mic, dummy. It feels pretty good to have another planting season done. The downside is we don't have any extra fields to plant yet. So, chugging along nice. We just need to get some fertilizer down and spray for weeds in April, just like we did in October. I'm hoping the commentary is mixing up this content enough so it's not super redundant, and trying to think of certain ways to make it a little more interesting. Let me know what you think of this series. We got a lot of years to get through, and I'm thinking about packing multiple years per video. Just not sure how to do that content-wise yet. I kind of originally was thinking we would run this through pretty much the whole year, but something tells me we're going to run out of time on Farming Simulator 22 before we get done. I don't know. I guess last time it was released around November. I think we'll know more probably in the next few months if that's going to happen. I would guess this summer they would announce it, and if they don't announce it, we won't worry about it. I'll probably cut a lot of this out, but I don't know. We get this. We're going to go drop off some. We're going to drop off the seed that's in here and then return this. We're really hoping this is the last time we lease a planter. All right, this looks better than anywhere. Go ahead and unload that. Hop into our keys here and return it. Fertilizer, some herbicide. Let's sleep. Time to borrow some money. It is April. Nothing great for us, but there was a few things that were tempting in here. The disc cultivator was, yeah, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. Let's go here. We're going to add the See and Spray and we'll lease it. Should be 4,000 bucks. And we have a little bit of fertilizer, but we're going to need a little bit more, I believe. So we'll go ahead and, yeah, this is the expensive thing. We'll go ahead and we'll buy 1, buy 2, and we don't learn at all, so that's probably too much, but we'll see how it goes. Ugh, get over here. All right, a little bit left over in there. Let's go ahead and do the small ones first, and then we'll fill this stuff back up. Be a nice little mix up. We'll go to the farther field. the medium field and then work our way back. And out of curiosity, let's see what prices we're doing just to keep an eye on this. Yeah, it's still down. Says June's still going to be the peak. We'll find out. One of these years, we're not going to actually need the money, and we can wait multiple years to sell. And at that point, we can kind of take the risk of it saying, yeah, June is the peak, and we can just wait till we see the price close to $1,000 per 1,000 liters of corn. So let's get this fertilizer laid down. Luckily, we have the map to tell us where we're at. Oh, I guess we have a nice color change too. And then we will get the weeds taken care of. And potentially that's it for year 2, but we'll keep an eye on some things. Said it many times, this is my favorite implement in the game. You can see it's not wasting any fertilizer because we're overlapping somewhere we've already sprayed. And it's not spraying in the grass over there either. It's just using what it needs. It's so perfect. All right, let's close it on up and head back to the tiny field. And that'll be our next destination, and that'll put us close to the store to go get some more fertilizer before we do the giant field. And I have a feeling by the time we're done with this series that 89 and 88 are going to feel small-ish. All right, got it all set up and prepped over here. Try not to miss a little bit on the edge there. I think we did miss. Yep, we missed just a hair. Just a little sliver. And we're going to do it again, it looks like. Nope. All right, drive straight, dummy. And I guess we're gonna have to unfold because I thought I could do this, but it's not gonna work. So let's fold it on up, and then we'll get past this power line and unfold it again, and then we'll do the middle after that. There we go, perfect timing. All right, and just a little sliver in the middle to do, just like last time. Probably could, if we were perfect and had GPS, get this in 2 passes, but again, see and spray, seek and spray, whatever it's called. Doesn't waste any material. All right, 54 is going to get finished here. I think we will loop and get that little spot just to be a perfectionist. To the left there, if you see it on the mini map. Not sure how well that's visible on these YouTube videos, but you can see just a little hint of red over here. We'll go ahead and get that sprayed, and then we will fold on up again, go top off. And hopefully, I'm hoping we don't have to buy any more fertilizer between what we have at the store and what we have back at the farmyard. I'm hoping that's enough to do the big field. I have a feeling it's not, though. Okay. So 71%, we do have a little bit more up at the farmyard. I'm going to use that when we need it. Might as well get started while we're here instead of driving all the way up to the yard, wasting a little bit of time if we do it that way. So another 10 minutes or so, this will be all set and ready to spray weeds. All right, let's see if we made enough capacity to use this entire container over here. Just go ahead and finish the little corner there. Here we go. And we'll stop right here and fill her on up. Keep going. Go to 100. Have some more left over. That's what I like to see. All right. I don't know if that'll be enough still. I have no idea. I don't remember. My memory's terrible with these things. Knock it on over, though. Nope, that's not where we want to start. Wheel it around this way. And then now we can go forward. All right. You can do it. There we go. Get all the way over to the edge. 7 miles an hour on this big field. Feels like a long time. Nice, peaceful ride in the field. So we're pretty deep in a video right now, and everyone that is at this stage, thank you. You're the reason why this channel is growing at the pace that it is, and all of you are freaking awesome. I want to talk about some things that might happen on the channel. They may not happen. I want to kind of talk through them. Maybe we'll get some comments of encouragement or discouragement, which is completely acceptable. I'm thinking about mixing up the channel a little bit. This one will be dedicated to farming. If I do anything that's not farming, it'll be on a different channel. Though live streams, I might play some games that are simulation based and kind of match the theme a little bit. But I'm thinking about mixing in other farming games, even if they're not as good as Farming Simulator when it comes to graphics, some maybe 2D games. Just kind of going to look at the market, mix it up a little bit on the channel. But yeah, I want to at least stick to the farming theme, and I don't know, just at some point you feel like you're doing the same thing every single day, and I want to figure out a way to keep the content fresh, and as well as keep the audience engaged and keep myself engaged, really, because I'm doing things like this right now where I absolutely love it, but at some point you just want a break, right? And I could do less videos. That doesn't help me get to my goals, though, and I'm very goal-oriented. So I'll push through it. I've been taking enough breaks. I have been refreshing myself, but I feel like the best way to do that is to mix in different games because at this point, I'm a gamer. I have been my whole life pretty much, and these are the type of pace of games I really enjoy. When I was younger, it was first-person, third-person shooter games. It was always sports games, and the older I get, the more agriculture becomes really important to me in my life, in my head, in my headspace. So yeah, so we might be mixing it up a little bit, but it won't be a huge shock. I don't think the type of games that we'll end up putting on here, and it probably won't be until closer to summer when we do that, because I have a lot of stuff planned that I want to get through before I do. We might sprinkle in a little bit here and there to test out the waters, like we did with Ranch Simulator. Not 100% sure I'll do a series on that. Not 100% excited about some of the game mechanics and just the type of game it is. But there's others I had my eyes on that I need to refresh myself and take another second look at. Let me know what you think. We're going to keep spraying some fertilizer as we get very close to the end of year 2 of this Maze Challenge. All done with the fertilizer. Let's go ahead and drop this off. And it looks like we may have bought the right amount of fertilizer. I think pretty close. We made a good decision there. Let's go ahead and slow down. And we're going to fill this one up and then unload them together to get one tank here. We'll go about right there. And then we need the herbicide. Got to do the same fields again. And we'll see if this is enough. I don't remember what we started with last time, but I feel like we only used a couple 100 liters. So wish us luck. And away we go. Let's get this yield bonus as high as possible without plowing. And doing some research online about rolling, that precision farming doesn't necessarily give you the rolling bonus. And I've kind of discovered that in other series when I tried it. It just doesn't seem to really matter, and I think that's something they kind of forgot to add to precision farming's functionality, I think. Let me know if you know any different. Super close to being done with this, and just kind of looking at the clock, I think when we do the other 2 fields, we're going to run into that hour for the extra leasing costs, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we can prevent it and still be at 14,602 when we start skipping time here to end the year. We're not maxed out on loans anymore. I think we're at like 20,000 or maybe 40,000. So we got an extra 60K to look at some equipment when it comes in the used market. Hopefully we can be as lucky as we were last year, and just should be just one more pass on this big boy. And we should have plenty of herbicide to do the other 2 smaller fields. All right, let's head on over to medium field, 48 and 49. Get those sprayed, and then we'll spray 54 and be done with this year. Maybe. And job complete. It feels good. It feels real good. I've been thinking through the strategy, and I don't know if flipping these fields is going to work. I don't know if targeting cornfields is going to work either. I think I want to target these fields that we can connect to our existing fields and finish kind of the grid there, and then go from there. Like these ones next to the big boy, these 2 right in front of us, those are the ones I should probably target next, if not field 54, 52, 51, and 50. Make those all one big field. So I think that's going to be the focus. We're not going to really, I don't think we're going to really care if it's corn or not. I don't know. And I'll probably change my mind 5 more times. But let's pull over right here. It looks like we did end up getting that fee. How do I check that? I think I can go in here somewhere. This menu? I forget. I've seen people do this before. Statistics here. I am losing my mind on which one that's at. Oh, here we go. Yeah, just barely hit 1 hour on that. That's unfortunate. Okay, and get that returned. Shut this off, and we will go home. Everything's prepped. Let's take a look at the used market just in case. That would be nice. Do we want to do it? What's the width on that? Only 5 meters. Requires 100. I think we're going to pass. April 2. Forgot to pay off as much of the loans as we can. Let's look at the used market. Nothing. Okay. And we need to look at the prices too. Still not a thing. Okay. And let's look at prices. Corn still says June's the peak. Let's go to May. This would be pretty cool. We don't need it, but that would be pretty cool. All right, great demand. It's going up. We're in May and don't need it. That's cool. All right. That would have been cool. I like that harvester better. Nothing. Prices are still looking good. Okay, so it is going up. So June is going to be the peak, it looks like. And let's take a look at the prices in June. Yeah, so it's starting to go down. So we never saw it actually hit this 934. So I think we were good with when we sold it. It was close to that price. It's saying December's the peak now and June is no longer the peak. Very interesting on this map. I haven't seen other maps do that, but let's go ahead and keep moving forward. Finish this year off strong. And there is our peak. Look at that. It is above the demand in June. Okay, we lost a little bit of money, it looks like. What do we have here? 5 to 8, so you can extend this thing? Why does it say 5.7? And then you can upgrade it. Interesting. So if we did that, we would then target a planter that can do both fertilizer and seed, which would be this one for 160, or we're targeting this one for 140, but then we would have to cultivate every single time. But is that price tag too high for combining fields? 26,000, I think it's worth it. I think we do what the game gives us. I'm gonna leave that at the store for now and keep moving on. Well, look at this peak. Yeah, we messed up. Interesting. What is our loan amount right now? Well, we don't have enough for it. All right, moving on. Would have been nice to have a second tractor, but we can't afford it. Demands are just dinging. So 1,000 is peak. We lost money this year. Well, look at July 1st is actually going to be the peak right now. Interesting. Okay, nothing we need. Just one more day to skip through after this, and we are done for the year. Peak has dropped, and nothing here. All right, let's take a look at the used market now. Interesting. What is the working width of the planter we were using? 12 meters. So planting would be pretty much take twice as long, but we're not leasing anything. Track loosen lines. What are these? Just cosmetic? Yeah, these are just cosmetic. What does this do? So is this one that we can buy an extra combinations? Yeah, so you could put this on the front, but can we on our tractor? No, I don't believe we can. So we wouldn't be able to take advantage of the extra capacity, but I kind of think it's dumb to skip this deal. And it really would set us up to only be leasing items for herbicide. The fertilizer distribution unit. But we can't hook that up. So we don't need that. So we save $5,000, right? Yes. All right. And then loan-wise, we are maxed out. We almost messed up there. These are our two fields. I was like, what am I looking at? Okay, so we're not going to skip forward to August yet. We will do that at the beginning of next episode. And I might be editing this out because we might be combining the 2 years. I'm not sure yet. So confidence level is something that we talked about at the end of the last one. We also talked about our value, but I don't think that's changed much. I know the equipment we have is just going to depreciate. So our value hasn't changed much. We're maxed out on loans. We were not last year. So I think this year we actually spent more money than we made. So our net value isn't really increasing at this point. Confidence level for the 10 million, I'm going to say, I think I was at like a C before. I'm going to say we're at like a B for the 10 million. I think it might be possible. 20 million, I'm going to say we're at an F right now. We'll see. I think by year 4, we're going to have a really good idea if we're going to have a shot at this. And we got all the equipment we need. So we're going to keep an eye on the used market. We're going to start saving money. We're going to start buying fields next year. We're going to start expanding big time. I think things are going to really turn in year 3 and 4 in this challenge. I'm Sox Way Up. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you on the next one.